you had nothing else to do but stare at coin market cap, okay? And you had free money. So you know what happened? Altcoin season, man! Everything went up. Everything went up. Man, my problem was I thought everything was gonna keep going up, and I never cashed out. And we are back, baby. Sheesh. Soaking wet. I just went outside to touch grass, got rained on. Actually, I went and I rode my mountain bike, and it started pouring on me. You need to go outside. Go outside and play. Don't be watching YouTube videos all day, and stop staring at the charts. So anyways, oh yeah, and real quick, smash the subscribe button, hit the like button, drop a comment, and all that stuff. So Bitcoin, it's like 115K right now. A few days ago, we seen a new all-time high of like 123,000, 124,000, something like that. And now everything is crashing. Everything is crashing. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love everyone that's saying altcoin season, altcoin season. I hate to break it to you, but I think we've already seen altcoin season. Remember, this cycle is different. This cycle is different. We've got a lot going on. I think Bitcoin pumped a little bit early, and that threw everyone off. You know, mainly because of the ETFs, stuff like that. And a lot of people were thinking when Bitcoin pumped, when Bitcoin would go over 100 grand, definitely if Bitcoin's nearing or smashing through its all-time high, we should have definitely have seen an altcoin season. Everyone's waiting, everyone's holding. Because the last cycle, things went crazy. Literally, everything went up. Everything went up, and then everything went down. And we've been waiting for that to happen again. And even though alts, they've had a little pump, most alts, at least the ones I own, are still down anywhere from 50 to 90%, even freaking more. Oh, yeah. ADHD, what I was saying earlier, I think altcoin season has already happened. You remember pump.fun? You remember pump.fun? You remember all of those meme coins, that fart coin, gay coin? Give me some more. Let me know some more in the comments down below. So people were investing in fart coin, even Trump coin, okay? Getting freaking rich, making a ton of money, just like they did in the last cycle. Well, just not like they did, but sort of like how it happened in the last cycle. And of course, being me, I invested in all those coins, all those meme coins, all the altcoins, all the pump.fun coins, too late, and lost a lot of freaking monies. So, like I said, I think altcoin season, it might have already happened. I do think some altcoins are going to pump, mainly the boomer coins, Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, Litecoin, maybe even Dogecoin. Now, I think altcoins will pump again, but it's not going to be an alt season. It's not going to be like it was last time, where you could put a couple bucks in anything and it would go up. Not going to happen again. Just buy Bitcoin. What else? I wanted to add to that. Oh yeah, oh yeah. All right. The last bull run was something unlike we have ever seen before. Not only for crypto, but for stocks as well. What was the common denominator of the last bull run? Let me know in the comments. I don't hear you. I don't want to say that too loud. All right. Shutdowns. Everything shut down. And then what happened? Stocks, crypto crashed. And then they started sending out checks. So they started sending out checks. They told you to stay home. You had nothing else to do but stare at coin market cap, okay? And you had free money. So you know what happened? Altcoin season, man! Everything went up. Everything went up. Man, my problem was I thought everything was gonna keep going up. And I never cashed out. Until recently, I rolled everything into Bitcoin. So, I feel like we've already seen our altcoin season because we've already had trillions of dollars pumped into altcoins during the whole pump.com. The whole pump phase. All right. And not just pump coins pumped, but, you know, a lot of other altcoins. Like I said, the Trump coin, the Melania coin, the Hawk Tua coin. Yeah, altcoin season, I think, has already happened. I think those boomer coins, those coins that have been around for a while, that have some utility, I think those could pump. Those maybe could see another all-time high. But ultimately, I don't think we're ever going to see anything like we did in the last bull run unless they start handing out checks again, okay? I heard there was going to be a $5,000 Doge check. Never happened. It never happened. But something like that, I think, could pump the markets. It could send Bitcoin to another all-time high, and it maybe could start you a little altcoin season. So they had the Doge checks. They were talking about those. Those were going to be $5,000. And I also heard something about some tariff checks that I think they were going to be $6,000. So if they start handing out free money, we could see Bitcoin hit another all-time high. We could see a slight altcoin season, but who knows? Who knows? I myself, and there might be a lot like us, that have learned from our mistakes, that aren't really willing to invest in altcoins. So who knows? Maybe these checks could come around and just Bitcoin will pump. I don't know. Honestly, I say keep the checks. Keep the checks. How about some free healthcare? But anyways, so that's this video. When alt season may have already happened. This is different than the last bull run. Yeah. And unless we see some checks, I would just stick to Bitcoin. But as always, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is literally for entertainment and educational purposes only. All right. But at the end of the day, there is only Bitcoin. And remember, if history does repeat, everything will go back down. I mean, I don't want to be the negative Nancy, but there will come a bear market. Everything will go back down. Bitcoin, you know, it could go back down to 30 grand. It could go back down to $30,000. Wouldn't that be crazy? And I will just buy it all the way down to the bottom. Peace.